Welcome, welcome, welcome to the webinar, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am excited for today's, Saturday call. We've got a special guest for you guys. Star Pinnacle leader Tom Alakzin. Someone who over the last couple months has really taught me, so much, guys. He'll kind of give you his story, his experience, and we went over a lot of things that we want him to talk about with you guys. But Tom's had, over 39 years of experience in this industry, guys. I don't know about you. But, I'm 21 years old. I started this industry when I was 18 years old. And, 3 years does not compare at all to 39 years. So, guys, I'm super excited to be able to introduce this guy. He has so much amazing knowledge for you. So, with that, I'm going to pass it over to Tom. I've already kind of given him a little background on you guys. I told him who some of the top leaders are. So, without further ado, Tom, take it away.
All righty. Hey, Jamie, thanks very much. I appreciate that, and what an honor to be with you guys. Hey, and Merry Christmas wherever you are. I know we're coming to you from all kinds of all different countries, and what an awesome way to put together a year-end event here. I'm sure you guys will have more before the year closes out, but. First of all, I just want to congratulate your leadership. Between what you guys have done, between Jeff and Oliver and Jamie, I'm just really proud of you guys. This is I got a lot of stuff to share with you, so I hope you can focus in. I hope you're not don't multitask today. Just zero in with me for the next 30 minutes, and I'm gonna give you some real perspective to be able to make 2015 the absolute best year that you've ever had. But first of all, before we get into that, I just this business, if you had to say what it's about, if you had to summarize it and say what is this thing really all about, you could summarize it in one word. It's about leadership, and you guys are really fortunate, very, very lucky to be able to have great leaders like Jamie and Jeff and Oliver, and to be able to guide you on this thing. Write down this key word, to guide you on this journey. Okay. And I want to, before I get into the subject today, I want to kind of frame it for you. I want to kind of put the because we got awesome group of golds and diamonds on the line today, which I'm going to talk to you guys specifically here in a few minutes. But I want to frame it for you, okay? And so that the material that I'm going to give you, entitled Goal Setting 2015, I'm going to give you that in just a minute. But I want to give you context. You need to understand kind of what I call the four realities of our business. And if you get these and you accept them, you're gonna do well. You may grow faster or slower than somebody else. That's not the point. The point is that you finish. And that you make this incredible opportunity that is so worth it. I mean, if you I'm sitting in my office, separate structure at my home here. We live on an acre in Carlsbad near the ocean, a 6,000 square foot home. We have 2 homes in Las Vegas. We have rental properties all over the place. We've been blessed by the grace of God with everything we could have ever hoped for. The journey, this process is so worthwhile based upon what it is that you want to accomplish. But there are 4 realities that you got to accept. And I want to give them to you really quick before I jump into the content of the message today. And I think if you get these, that if you get this idea, the concept of these realities, you're going to be okay. Reality number 1: this is a business. Okay, I know we all have a lot of fun and we get together and you have great times together. But guys, you own your own company. Okay, this is a business, and you have to take care of business. You can't, if this is important enough for you to be on this webinar today, then it should be important enough for you to begin to quote unquote kind of grow up and mature in the realities of how we have built what we've built. And you got to have these understandings. Number one, it's a business. You got to take care of it. You got to take care of your customers. You got to take care of your affiliates. You got to be reliable. You have to be dependable. You can have a lot of fun, but you got to take care of business. Number one. Number two, this is a journey. All right. And look, I mean, you know, Jamie said it well. He started when he's 18. He's 21. Look, he hasn't even scratched the surface. I mean, I've been studying this industry for longer than you guys have been alive, and you know, the reality here is that if you have unrealistic expectations about what this is, you're going to struggle. You're going to constantly be on this emotional roller coaster, up and down and up and down. Look, it's a journey. You're not going to get wealthy in 3 months or 6 months or a year or 2 years. We are locked arms in the process of building leaders, of building people like yourself. So you got to be patient with yourself and realize, look, that this is a journey that you're on. Number three, reality. Attrition. People are going to leave you. People are going to leave you. All right, look, the reality of this business is people come and go all the time. You know, people say, well, hey, what do most people in VEMA do? They quit. That's what most people do in life. The moment anything gets difficult, the moment anything gets tough, you know, I quit on school, I quit on my job, I quit on my girlfriend, I quit on my boyfriend, whatever it is. You know, this society, this universal, you know, mentality that exists in our world, whether in Europe or in North America, it doesn't matter. It's pervasive everywhere. That the moment it gets hard, oh, I give up. Easier opportunity over here or over there. Look, anything worth anything is going to take effort. Okay, and you've got to realize it. Last thing, reality number 4 is the word work. You have got to work at this every day. You've got to be consistent at it. If it's important to you, then you've got to be prepared to put forth the effort. Now look, you may or may not agree with those 4 realities. It doesn't change the fact that they are true. Okay, they are true. And I only am on here for one reason, because of my utmost respect for Jamie and my desire to help you guys. I want you to have what we have. And I know that if I can teach you, if I can insulate you, if I can help you, you know, through my experience, then you're gonna navigate through the tough times. And there's always tough times in any business, in I don't care what it is, okay? So anyway, that's the framework for today. And so let's go to work here and talk to you a little bit about goal setting 2015. You know, last week on our Saturday morning call, which if you go to my roadmaptosuccess.com, you can listen to the call that I did with Bob Proctor last Saturday, and the call today that we did, I'm going to give it to you right now, but it'll be recorded and up on the website on Tuesday. But Bob Proctor last week, I just want to share a couple of the concepts that he shared. You know, and because this is entitled, what I want to share with you for the next 20 minutes or so is Goal Setting 2015 in 2 parts, okay? And I'll explain that in a moment. But, you know, Bob talks about the fact that goals cause you to grow. They cause you to grow. He has a favorite phrase that he taught me many years ago that says, in the absence of clearly defined goals, when you don't have a goal, we become strangely loyal to falling into routines, into daily trivia, the things you do every day, until ultimately you become enslaved by that routine. You have to have goals to pull you out of the routine. Okay, number 1 concept, opening concept here. The second concept he said was, our wants, the thing that we want, are the things that inspire us. You know, I'm so proud of your leader, Jamie Cheerio. You know, sent me an email about life as he wants it to be. I mean, he wrote it out in detail, exactly how. It was one of the most awesome emails I've ever read. And because he's got clarity on where he's going. Not on what his needs are, but what his wants are. And our wants are the only thing that ultimately inspire us. The third concept, he said, was this, and this is so true. Your attitude attracts success. Your attitude will, in our terms, in our business, in VEMA, our attitude will draw to you the people that you want. Remember what I said, what this is all about? It's all about leadership, right? About finding and developing leaders, about you becoming a leader and then finding and developing leaders, right? But it's your attitude that attracts leaders, all right? Now look, this is a critical attitude. I mean, this is a critical point here before we get started. And that is, what's your attitude about 2014 versus 2015? Okay? What is your attitude? Because I have a great phrase that I learned from my good friend Eric Worre. He says, I never lose. Either I win or I learn. Either I win or I learn. Now in 2014, you either won, meaning you moved your business ahead, or you learned if your business flattened out or it went back a little bit. So you either win or you learn, one or the other. I mean, that's the attitude that you have to have. Now, if you fell in the category that last year you didn't move as fast as you want to, I just want to suggest to you that you write this down. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself over the goals that were missed and the fears that you have, whatever it might be. Forgive yourself. The past, 2014, is in the past. And you have to make a decision. Attitude is everything. You have to make a decision today. Are you going to live in the past or are you going to live in the future? And we'll talk about that a little bit at the end. All right, so let's go to work. Here's the concept for today, okay? The concept for today is broken into two parts about goal setting. It's going to be about you and it's going to be about your group. All right? And for you, here's the idea. To set and achieve a new level or regain a level if you lost a level, and have in the next rank advancement period, beginning December 26th, that you have the best 4 weeks, weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4 that you've ever had. Setting yourself up for a great 90 days, but you have the best 4 weeks that you've ever had, beginning December 26th. Now, that's you setting and having a goal. Now, how do you execute on that? The second part of what we're going to talk about today is your group, because now is the perfect time, and you guys are doing it. I'm going to talk about you individually here in a minute, but it's the perfect time to counsel, right, individually with the key builders that you have in your business, okay? And I'll break that down for you. So that's the idea. So it's for you to have a goal in these last, whatever we got, 10 days here of 2014, establishing weeks 1 through 4 by reaching into your group and from the bottom up. We'll talk about it in a moment. I'm going to give you the points. You can write them down. And determining what it is your group wants to accomplish in those first 4 weeks. Now, so how do you? So we're going to break the call into two parts here. Part 1 is going to be how do you set goals with the key builders that you have. Part 2 is how do you make up the difference. In other words, if what their goals have doesn't add up to getting to where you want to be on January 22nd, then how do you make up the difference? So 2 parts to it. I'm going to give you 7 points and then 5 points. All right. So let's talk about this in terms of you guys that are specifically on the call. So idea here. So let's talk about all of you that are gold on the call. You know, Eric and Tom, Kevin, Quentin, Idor, Thomas, Matthias, Maxime, Burek, and Kenny, all the golds that are on the call today. What I want you to be thinking about is how to get yourself, okay, how to get yourself from where you are in this RA period. If you are back, if you're at gold, how to get yourself to diamond in the next RA. If you're behind, if you slip back, how to get yourselves back there, okay? And to all of our diamonds, to Martin, Andreas, Pierre, Manu, Giacomo, Joseph, Alberto, all of you guys, I want you to be thinking about one thing in this new RA coming up. I want you to think, because I'm going to give you these points here, okay, based on where you're at, about you getting yourself, if you're not at diamond, back to diamond. If you are at diamond, getting yourself to platinum by developing new goals, both of which are doable. All right. Remember, mark this in your notes. This whole concept of what I'm going to give you is about, it's about progress. It's not about perfection. It's not about you being perfect at everything. It's about you getting better, about progressing. All right. So let's go through it. Okay. Part 1, I'm going to give you 7 points to write down here. Now, whether you're one of the golds or one of the diamonds, this applies to you. What you're doing is I'm going to give you 7 points on how to determine what's your existing group going to do in the next 4 weeks. That's what we're trying to do. What's your existing group going to do in the next 4 weeks? Here's how you do it. Point number 1. You start at the bottom left and the bottom right, and one of the key indicators that you're looking for is a builder. Somebody, you might have 1 on the left, 1 on the right, 1 on the left, none on the right. You might have 2 on the right and 1 on the left, or 2 on the right and none on the left. The indicator you're looking for is a desire to change the condition. Forget the word leader, okay? You guys are in the leadership development process, right? You're in that situation right now. But what I'm talking about is you going within your group to the bottom left and the bottom right, looking for people that want to build, looking for people who want to do better in your group in 2015 than they did in 14. That's what you're looking for. That's the indicator. The indicator is one word: a genuine desire to do better. Okay, a genuine desire to leave 14 in the past and move ahead to 15. So, point number 1: start at the bottom left and the bottom right. You're going to work up from the bottom with the people that have a desire that want to build. Point number 2: if possible, meet them face to face or meet them over Skype and talk about December 26th to January 22nd. Talk about that period of time and what they want to do. Okay, so number 2 is meet face to face, if possible, if not via Skype. Point number 3, make the conversation all about them and their needs and desires, not about you, not about your goals. They don't care about your goals. It's not your goals that matter to them. Their goals matter to them, right? So make the conversation about what they want to change in 2015 and where they want to be on January 22nd, 2015. Number 4, help them establish a goal. Help them establish a goal that is real but worthy. Real but worthy. Here's what that means, okay? Real but worthy means this. A real goal is if, for example, somebody says in your group, they said, well, I want to be an ambassador on January 22nd. That's not a real goal. That ain't going to happen, okay? That's fantasy land, okay? But a worthy goal is they're an affiliate or they're a bronze, and they want to hit gold, but they don't know how to hit gold. In other words, they can't right now see how they're going to do that. But do you see, that's the balance between real and worthy, okay? Ambassador's not a real goal, okay, in 4 weeks, all right? Or presidential or whatever. Worthy means real is they're at bronze, they want to go gold. They're at silver, they want to go diamond. Okay, that's real and that's worthy of them. Meaning that they might not see how it's going to happen. I'm going to give you the plan in a minute. But that's the characteristics of that goal. So number one, you start at the bottom left and right. Number two, you're going to meet them face-to-face or over Skype. Number three, you're going to make the conversation about what they want to do in 2015, and specifically from December 26th to January 22nd. Number four, you're going to help them establish a real but worthy goal. Number five, you're going to help them create a plan. Now here's the 5 parts to the plan. This is how you do it when you meet with them, okay? First of all, part one is you look at the volume they had in the last rank advancement period. You look at the volume, left and right, in 49 through 52. Where are they going to end up? Number two, the volume they need to get to their goal. Now let's say, okay, all of you guys, Kenny, Burek, Maxime, Matthias, Thomas, Edor, Quentin, Kevin, Tom, Eric, all you guys, you're at gold. And you got somebody in your group that wants to go gold, okay? So let's use that as an example. They need 3,600 points on one side, 1,800 points on the other side, okay? So you look at what they have, and you subtract that from what they need. They need 36 and 18. Subtract what they did this month, and you know then what the volume needed is going to be. The third part to the plan is translate the volume needed into the number of people they need. Number four, translate it into the number of meetings that they're prepared to do beginning in the new year. How many meetings per week are they prepared to do? And number five, this is more important than all of the math and the logistics and everything. And that is, how good are their skills? How good are their skills? How good are their skills, their actual skills in the list, the approach, and the presentation, those 3 things. And the question is, as you're working with these key people with you, bottom left, bottom right coming up, can they actually teach you the principles of, first of all, maintaining a list of 50, creating a list of 50 and growing it to 150? Number two, can they teach you how to gain an appointment, how to set an appointment? Can they teach you how to approach someone with the goal of getting an appointment? And number three, can they actually present the opportunity to you in 30 minutes? Meaning, can they sit down with you and you sit back and listen like you're a prospect, and you listen to their presentation, and you help them get better at these 3 skills? If you don't help them get better in these 3 areas, how are they gonna grow? How are they gonna improve? And I would venture to say that all of you, need to work on that, and in terms of how we get better. Okay, so the plan is, number one, the volume they have in the current RA. Number two, the volume needed, for example, to get to gold. Number three, the number of people. We know the average active affiliate does, excuse me, 100 points. They don't do 60, they don't do 120, they're right about the average is 100. So you do the math, you figure it out. How many meetings per week are they willing to commit to? Just increase the number of meetings, one-on-ones and group meetings, right? And number five, skill improvement, meaning how do we get better at our skills? Hang on one second. So that's the actual plan. So you're meeting with them bottom up, bottom left, bottom right, and you are meeting them face to face. You're making the conversation about them. You're establishing real but worthy goals. Number five, you're creating a plan. I gave you 5 points on that. And the last point, number 6, agree to a once-a-week progress conversation. A once-a-week progress conversation. Look, you got to know that if that goal is real, then you got to converse once a week just to see how they're doing, see what's going on, see what they've run up against, okay? So once you've done those 6 things, point number 7 is go to the next builder upline and do the same thing. So if you had 2 people on your left, you started with the guy at the bottom left, you did these 6 things, then you go to the next guy up. Now you're getting an idea of where your existing group will right now plan to be, where your existing group will carry you going into the new RA period. Okay, so that's part 1. So if you add up the volume from the bottom up on each side, you'll know where you're going to be on January 22nd. Now here's what you're going to discover. Part 2. You got to make up the difference. Most of the time, what this adds up to is not enough to get you where you want to go. And if it does, that means that you didn't set a worthy goal. You just set a goal that was going to happen anyway. That's not a goal. That doesn't inspire you. That's just you're just a manager. I don't want you to be a manager. You know, we talk about, are you building, are you managing, are you defending, or are you blaming? Where are you? So if this adds up and hits where you want to be, you don't have a big enough goal. So part 2 says, hey, this adds up to something, but I'm short. I'm not where I need to be. So let's talk about making up the difference. Here's some ideas and some action points to make up the difference in what has been committed left and right versus your goal. So let's say, for example, your goal is diamond. So to all the goals that I mentioned your name, let's say your goal is diamond. Okay, you've set the goal with your team. You have a good feeling about where you're going to be. Let's say you can sense that you're going to add up to about 16 cycles. Okay. So what does that mean? You need 20. So based upon whether this happens or not, right, left and right, you're short. So how are you going to make up the difference? Here's 5 points. Okay. Number 1, determine what you need. So if you're at 16 and you need to be at 20, that's 540 points for a cycle times 4. You're 2,200 points short. You're 2,200 points short. Very doable. Very doable. You can do this. All right. Number 2, convert the shortage to people. Convert the shortage to people. What I mean by that: builder packs, 250 points, or a 2-pack order, 60 points. Okay. So you do the math. You got 2,200 points. How many people? Some builder packs, some 2-packs. How many people do you need? Number 3. How many can you personally enroll in between December 26th and January 22nd? How many can you personally enroll? Now, look. There's no greater indicator of a leader than someone who leads by example. Someone who is talking about the people that they have personally enrolled, right? So you might say, well, Tom, I've kind of gone through my list. I've blown through my list. And so point number 4 says, third-party approach in the action plan. And by the way, if you're not focused on our 8-step system, the roadmap to success, the VMA action plan, the 8 steps are the 8 steps. Step 5 talks about the third-party approach. At least 5 times a day, having a conversation with people when you're out and about, and you're asking questions of people about what they do, who they are, what they like, skills that they have, characteristics that they have. If you're not doing that, I would say to you, you don't realize the importance. Look, there's nothing about your list being diminished. The only thing that's diminished is your ability, your willingness to go out today, tonight, tomorrow, and have 5 conversations with people about themselves, not about Vima or Verve or anything. Is talking to people about their needs and desires, and maybe posing a question at the end. Hey, are you serious about that? Are you if and the reason I ask is, are you open to ideas that could change that situation for you? Just that one question. Are you open to ideas that could change that situation for you? And if you did that, and you do that, 5, sometimes 10, but never less than 5 times a day, you develop that habit, you're going to see that list on a continuous expansion. And number 5, consider a promotion to finish off that goal by January 22nd. A promotion to fuel a volume or enrolling, get together, guys that hit a certain mark, you go out, you have dinner, counsel with, with your upline, with Oliver, with Jeff, with Jamie about ideas for that. So let me summarize. Determine what you need in volume. You're talking about making up the difference. Convert it to people. How many are you willing to personally enroll? How many third-party approach? Are you expanding your list on a daily basis? Number 5, consider the power of a promotion. So, guys, let me just say this and kind of wrapping up here. I want you to write this phrase down. I want you to light the enrolling engine in your business. The enrolling engine. People say, how do you create and sustain momentum? You light the enrolling engine. Every momentum is based on enrolling. Look, if there's not enough enrolling going on in your group, you take a step back and you look at how many meetings are going on. If there are not enough meetings, you take a further step back and you look at the skill set of the people who say they want to build. That's why I said to you when you that's why I said in creating a plan, I talked about skill improvement. Skills lead to more approaches. Approaches lead to more meetings. Meetings lead to more enrollment. It's very predictable. So the way you create and sustain momentum, right, is that you light the enrolling engine in your business. Now, if there's one thing that you're going to realize if you listen to me in 2015, I'm talking about one level, only one level. And if you follow what I'm doing, you're going to have an amazing year. And that level is building golds, going gold, and developing golds. Go to my roadmaptosuccess.com. I did a 4-week series on how to go gold and build golds. It's right there. It's in the library. There are 4 30-minute calls that you can listen to. Play them. Take notes. Replay them. Listen to it. I give you the key to the vault and how to be able to because you're all gold or above, how to be able to develop golds. That is the secret. Now, in wrapping this up, I just want to give you some closing thoughts in terms of where you go from here. Guys, I love this time of the year, and I got to tell you, I'm so proud of each and every one of you. I'm speaking real candidly to you today because, look, I may not know you personally, but I love you because of your commitment. I love you because of your leadership. I know Jamie very well. I know that he doesn't invest time with people who are not of like mind. And here's the thing, I don't know what the average age is on the webinar today, but I started when I was 23 years old. And I got to tell you what, you guys have in front of you that in the next 1 to 3 to 5 years, you can set yourself up financially forever. You can develop skills. We've been full time in this business for in this industry for 38 out of 39 years. And I got to tell you, by the grace of God, a lot of hard work, we don't lack for anything in terms of things financial, money, homes, cars, whatever. It isn't for us anymore. It isn't about all that. You know what it's about? It's about reading emails like Jamie Churio sent me, and seeing his growth from where he was to where he is now. Is he done? No. He hasn't even started. I mean, you say, oh, Star Presidential. He hasn't started. Trust me. This is a journey. Remember the realities. It's a business. It's a journey. People are going to come and go, and it takes work. But I got to tell you, it is so incredibly worth it. To wrap up today, I just want to give you these concluding thoughts. You know, what we've been talking about today is the most important thing. And the most important thing is your life and your future. It's not me. It's not your leadership. It's not Jamie. It's about you. It's all about you. It's about the people you love and care about. It's about your family. It's about the lifestyle that you want to have down the road. And I got to tell you this, I don't know a finer opportunity. And people ask me that question 15 times a day on three-way calls. Why VEMA? The answer is it's the best balanced opportunity anywhere. Between company, product, compensation plan, and our system, our 8-step action plan. Look, why would you do anything else? Why would you create? You know, I'm just going to real talk candidly here with you, so, you know, permission to speak freely here. I don't get it. If you're creating some other system or method or whatever, and you're listening to a guy that's been in the industry 39 years, has made over $37 million in this industry, who created the 8-step system that you're talking about, why would you do anything else? I'm not sure. I don't get that thinking. You know, you say, well, I got some good ideas. Awesome. Great. When we got you at about $10,000 a month, then you can experiment with the great ideas. Not now. Not now, because what hangs in the balance is the most important thing. And that's your life, your future. So that's the most important thing about what we're talking about today. So here's the question I'd ask you in closing. What are you going to do? Are you going to live in the past? Are you going to live last year? Are you going to live in 14? Are you going to live that you hit gold, or you hit diamond, or you went up, or you slipped back? Are you going to live in the past, or are you going to close that door and plan and design your future for 2015? That is the choice that you have to make today. If there's any one thing about this time of the year, that is the most critical attitude, right? We either win or we learn. But when you learn, you close that door and you move ahead. Here's my message to you. You can do this, guys. I know you can do it. I know you can do it because, number one, I know we're in the finest opportunity in this industry today. And trust me, I see them all. I get pitched by all of them. I get offered 7 figures to sign with somebody else. 7 figures. Because there's other things that it isn't about just the money. It's about the future. It's about longevity. You can do this. The past does not equal the future. And I'll close with this. Just remember what Bob Proctor taught me 28 years ago, and I'm teaching it to you today. In the absence of clearly defined goals, if you don't have a goal beginning December 26th, if you don't have a goal, in the absence of clearly defined goals, we become caught up in daily trivia until you become enslaved by it. Don't let that happen. Set a goal that's real. Set a goal that's worthy of you. You've got to make a decision. You've got to commit to this decision, and you've got to act on that decision. So, guys, I want to say Merry Christmas to you. Hey, I'm proud of each and every one of you and the great job that you're doing. And, hey, I look forward to coming back and visiting with you maybe again first part of next year. So, Jamie and to Jeff and to Oliver, thanks so much for letting me come on, guys. Merry Christmas, everybody.